welcome back. It's your girl Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction Channel. We're diving into music from all around the globe, exploring psychology here. It's a community like friends driving in the car on a road trip, enjoying music. Sometimes the tears flow, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we're quiet, and sometimes we talk about the depth and the beauty of these lyrics. So many amazing artists all over our beautiful planet Earth, and this is the place where we're exploring all of it. I recently discovered, thanks to you, a beautiful, amazing artist named Aurora. Check out that video. And it was a music video. I reacted to one of her music videos for her song Runaway, and it was absolutely incredible. You let me know that her live performances are even better. So I'm going to be checking out her song Through the Eyes of a Child, her performance live at Nidarosdomen, and I'm excited to see it because you told me that she's even more impressive live. And I'm very curious because I'm already very intrigued by her. What do we know about Aurora? Well, just a couple of basics. She is from Norway. She is very unique. Her fans are called the Warriors and the Weirdos, I guess. And her full name is Aurora Aksnes, but she's mononymously known as Aurora, singer, songwriter, record producer, and she started writing her songs and learning dance at the age of 6. You guys let me know that she wrote the song Runaway at the age of 11. Possibly, is that correct? Just very impressive young lady, beautiful, very unique, very cool, and that's something that I love, that I find very intriguing. So I'm excited to check out the song with you guys. As always, like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below where you're from, what these artists mean to you. Feel free to make suggestions. Guys, my list is long. Be patient with me, please. There's a whole lot of artists I want to bring to you. So stay tuned for lots more. And if you're interested in checking out my own music or you want to support, check the links below in my description. But without further ado, let us dive in. Here we go. Aurora, Through the Eyes of a Child.
The world is covered by our trails and scars we cover up with paint. Watch them preaching sour lies. I would rather see the world through the eyes of a child, through the eyes of a child. Darker times will come and go, times you need to see her smile, and mother's hands are warm and mild. I would rather feel the world through the skin of a child, through the skin of a child. Strokes your skin, that is when you let them in. Let them in before they go. I would rather be alive with a childlike soul, with a childlike soul. Don't you, please don't leave me here.
Whoa, man. Wow. I'm I'm speechless. That was art. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. Her voice is just so unique. It's sweet that her fans are called warriors and weirdos, because she is very unique. And I could see some people who maybe, I don't know, everybody has a different taste. Everybody's entitled to that. But, because sometimes artists who are different in their attire or in their presentation may be looked at as weirdos or those who like music like that. But I find it so beautiful and so meaningful. This is music, I listened to a TED Talk yesterday with a gentleman named James Rhodes, an amazing musician, and the title of the talk was Music and the Inner Self. And at the end of it, I was just in tears. No, I don't cry for everything, but I cry a lot. And it was so powerful because he was talking about the power of music when we stop to listen. And he encouraged us to take 5 minutes a day where we actually listen to music, particularly classical music, though he's not a fan of that term. But music where we really can focus on what's going on inside. And it was interesting because he started playing piano, and I'll get back to Aurora in just a second, but hear me out because it's connected. He was playing piano in the beginning for a minute or two before he started talking. And for a second, I started finding myself feeling anxious because I'm like, when is he going to start teaching, right? And I had to tell myself to let go and to give in and allow that music just to wash over me, to enjoy it, and to realize that the piano performance is part of the teaching. It wasn't just a cute little intro until he finally gets started. But it's interesting how sometimes some people may enjoy it, be like, oh, this is beautiful. Others may be frustrated, and if they could comment, be like, oh my goodness, get to it, right? Why are you not talking? This is supposed to be a TED talk, not a TED piano play, right? I mean, everybody responds differently. Oftentimes because of fears inside of ourselves, right? A lot of what we do, if not everything, is either driven by love or fear. And so I think sometimes when that self-awareness isn't present and we're not in tune with our inner self, we are quick to jump to conclusions, right? Another TED Talk, but I'll talk about that another time, talks about how long it takes us to decide if we like something or not when we listen to a music piece, right? And usually, if you decide within the first few seconds that you like something, you'll increasingly like it as the song progresses, or vice versa. If you don't like it, oftentimes people stick to that decision. They made up their mind within a few seconds. And he was talking about the music being magical, reminding us that we're all miracles. It was such a beautiful TED Talk. James Rhodes is his name. And my thoughts as he was sharing was music is not a weapon. It is, there's so many things that are used as weapons, right? People comment on social media, politics, all kinds of things are used to divide and to push our point, right? Power, control is so often at the core of what we're trying to accomplish, a mask for fear of being controlled, of being betrayed or alone. And it's not supposed to be used as a weapon, even on this platform. I'm so thankful that most of you are kind-hearted people who are okay with disagreeing, who can respectfully agree and disagree, who can share what they like and what they love. And very few that are actually trolls or hateful. But music is not a weapon. This is a community where we're exploring music from all around the world. And yes, there will be artists that you never listen to, and you may never will. There's artists that you don't understand, or you're like, this is weird, not my cup of tea. But it's not supposed to be a weapon. Music is one of the most beautiful forms of art. He even pointed out, who said this? He even pointed out that, who said that? I think it was Ian Forrester who said something about music being the deepest of arts. It goes deep beneath the arts. And Mr. James Rhodes pointed out that we're often looking externally. And again, bear with me, I'm going somewhere with this in connection with Aurora. We're often looking externally, looking on the outside to make ourselves feel better on the inside, like social media, right? All these different things we do to get that fix externally. But it's the wrong way around. We have to go inside. And he was talking about Beethoven and Goya and how the similarities were there present between these two artists. They both became deaf around the same time. They both faced difficulties and big trials in their life. They both are connected, he also said, because they looked inside to express what was going on the outside, in the outside world. Goya painted the ugly truth, and for example, in his Black series, the ugly truth people needed to see. Beethoven, he tore up the rule book and created something that was focused on feelings, not things on the outside. And I think James Rhodes is absolutely correct about us often not knowing how to be still. We've forgotten how to listen. And he posed the question, what would happen if we were all a bit more honest about what's going on the inside? And he then played a piece in the end that just had me in tears and really had me processing things. And I may share that at a later time, the things that I envisioned. But when I watched, and here's the connection, when I watched Aurora, you can really see how she's feeling this music. Even at the end, it almost felt for a second like she had to come back out of it because she was so deep into the music. She was just, it's encouraging, and it makes me think I need to do that more when I sing. Just actually feel it and allow myself to experience it. Forget what people may say or like or dislike about it. Forget any technicalities. Forget what I'm hoping it's going to sound like in the end or what I'm desperately trying to convey. Again, this element of either fear or control, and instead just experiencing it. I love how she does that yodel, how she's able to do these high notes with such a beautiful, airy, angelic way. You guys reminded me, and I didn't realize this. I didn't put one and one together, or one and two, or whatever how you say that she was the voice on Frozen 2, Aurora was. I remember seeing the name for those high parts in Frozen 2, but I didn't realize that Aurora is her. Like, I didn't know who Aurora was and never looked into it. I'm so glad that I have now, because she's an absolutely beautiful, amazing young lady. So unique and eclectic, artistic in the way that she dresses and the way she does her hair. Just unique. I love that she's just doing her own thing. And then the way that she's able to sing almost these chant-like melodies that she was doing in the end. And then the lyrics. Let's just end on that. Through the eyes of a child. I mean, it had me in tears. World is covered by our trails, scars we cover up with paint. Watch them preach in sour lies. I would rather see this world through the eyes of a child. It reminds me of something Jesus said, where he said, unless you become like a child, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. And that too is, interpreted in different ways. But the world is covered by our trails, and we do cover up scars with paint. And that in itself is such an artistic illustration of something we could talk about for days, right? The scars, the things we try to hide, the way we hide behind our mask, the trails we leave, the impact we have in our world, in nature, with each other, our words. Darker times will come and go, times you need to see her smile, and mothers' hearts are warm and mild. I would rather feel this world through the skin of a child. And then the way she just artistically just feels the song, right? What she was doing with her hand and the trees and the skin. It was so beautiful. When a human strokes your skin, that is when you let them in. Let them in before they go. I would rather feel alive with a childlike soul. And then she does the hey-ohs and ahs, and it's just so beautiful. Such a dreamy song, but it's more than that. She felt it so deeply, and it brought tears to my eyes because it's so true. There's an innocence and a beauty about children. The next generation makes you feel like hopeful for what's to come, for what can be if we raise them right, and if we empower them, and if we love them. And I think if we do the same with our inner child, there's something beautiful about seeing the world through the eyes of the child. And I don't do that nearly enough, even though I have children. But also to nurture the child in us. Though we are adults, and most of you watching this are adults, sometimes it's also important to remember the inner child in us and to nurture and to love on. So maybe that's something you can do today. The children in your life, be it your own children around you, be kind, speak life, speak encouragement, allow them to express what they see so that you can be inspired and see the world through their eyes. And in the same sense, be kind to yourself and to that inner child in you. You know, maybe you didn't receive certain motherly love the way that Aurora so beautifully describes and paints with her words. Maybe you didn't experience that fatherly nurturing and guidance, the motherly tenderness, and you don't even know how to experience that, right? Some of us look to God to fill those gaps and voids we have. There's a scripture, Psalm 27, that says, even when my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. God will care for me. And I find comfort in that. And maybe you do too. Maybe you don't believe in God and it's like, nope, ain't nobody around for me. I hope you can find some comfort today and also know that you are loved. Know that I do believe there is an eternal who is our Heavenly Father and Mother and cares for us. But I also hope you can be gentle to that inner child in yourself too. Be kind, speak life, speak love and compassion. And hopefully that can help us as we heal to see the world more through the eyes of a child. Because I think that the world would heal a lot. And we would heal and grow if we were more like children. So that being said, you guys, thank you for watching this video with me, this child over here. I'm so honored that I got to explore Aurora. I love her. She's so special. And you guys are special. I hope you know you're loved and you matter. I'm honored you're part of this community, guys. Like, share, subscribe, share it with a friend if it brings you joy. And if you want to support or listen to my music, check it out below in the description. Stay tuned for stuff that I'm creating. If you want to, check out my community. I post polls and posts sometimes that I want to where I want to get feedback from you guys or share with you what's going on. I need feedback right now, actually, on things that you would enjoy if you were to join a membership or be part of a Patreon's page. What are some of the rewards you actually like, right? I want to create some things that you would enjoy. And let me know in the comments below or reach out on social media and on Instagram, Rosalie Reacts, or shoot me an email. But I want to know that I care for you. And if you are looking for other amazing channels, check out That's Not Acting Either. Super cool channel, That's Not Acting Either. I'll put a link in the description below. He also does a review, does reactions to Aurora's performance. You guys should go check it out. So hop on over there next. Check out That's Not Acting Either. Support that page too. Guys, I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you for making this channel grow, for making me feel loved and enjoying the things that I put out there. I hope you know you're loved too. This was Rosalie Reacts, guys. Until next time, ayo!